Hi, my name is Mary Scanlon, and this is my fourth book critique. My featured text is Song of the Swallows, and this is the story about a little boy named Juan who lives in Capistrano, California. He attends the mission there and speaks with Julian, the bell ringer of the mission. They talk about Father Junipero Serra and the work he did to build missions. Juan likes the swallows that live at the mission and decides to build a garden so that after the birds have gone south for the winter, they will come back to their home in the springtime. This would be useful when talking about the different missions in California or the seasons in California. I've actually been to the San Juan Capistrano mission since it's only 2 hours from my house and have just seen the lovely architecture there, and I have loved always going to see the missions in California. The San Buenaventura mission is only 30 minutes from my house and I go to mass there a lot, so it's really interesting just looking at the historical sites there. So for a second grade geography lesson, I would teach my students about California and the different paths that Father Junipero Serra had to take to create the different missions. And this would give my students an understanding of the terrain there and how hard it was to build the missions during that time period. And then I would go to this website and have them learn about the differences in the mission and the land that they were building on. So I have it pulled up right here, and it's just so interesting because this website just offers so much information, and you can click on any mission. For instance, I'll pull one up right now. So San Fernando, I've been to this mission. Actually, I've been to a lot of these. And it just gives you the native life information, the cultural impacts, the colonization, the resistance, the secularization, and the general information. So I just think this is so cool, and it gives you video testimonials and California Indian biographies. So you can click on any mission, which is just so interesting, and it tells you all this information about it. So I would love for my students to use this just because all the information is right here, and it gives them a technological source that they can use at home. They can pull it up and show their family. It's just really interesting. So let me move this back onto the screen. For a computer science lesson, I would read my students the book, The Song of the Swallows, and then teach them about the 21 missions in California, and I would have them do a report on a specific mission. So they would be able to choose the mission of their choice, and if I was teaching this in a small Catholic school, I would have them choose a mission that is relevant to them or whatever they want. So I actually did this when I was younger, and I did it in fourth grade, but I thought this, with technology advancing, I thought this was very useful to use in second grade. So in fourth grade, I had to create a mission, and I had to build the whole thing, and it was so fun. I loved learning about the history of it all. So I actually found this Minecraft website where I'll just pull it up right now. You have to buy it, so I obviously didn't buy it, but I just thought this was such a great source to use. So you buy Minecraft, and it has you sign in and everything. So I would have to create my account, but for a video, they make virtual tours of the missions. So this is the San Diego mission, and I just thought this is so interesting.
Welcome to Mission San Diego de Alcala. I'm Father Serra, and I founded this mission in 1769. It's the first of the 21 California missions. Out front, what you see are the bell tower.
So here's just an example of what I would have my students do. I would have them create a virtual tour and share it with their other classmates. So I just think that's so interesting. It's such a good way to get them involved in the technology, and I think it would be so fun for them. And then I would have a class viewing party, and they would share with their classmates, or they could upload it and they could all look at it. And I just think this would be a super interesting lesson. And they actually teach these in the public schools in California, learning about the missions, because it's such a historical time period, and they're such historical sites. So it can really apply to a public school or a private Catholic school. My other featured texts are Grandfather's Journey, and this book is a multicultural book, and I just thought it was very interesting because it's about a man coming from Japan, and he's torn between his U.S. citizenship and his citizenship in Japan, and just the cultural identity, not problem, but just his cultural indifferences, and he just loves both places, so it's very hard for him. But I think this would be really good for any child going through a transition of moving from a different school or from a different state. I thought this would be really cool to incorporate into a classroom. And then Owl Moon is just a really cute um, children's book about a dad and a daughter going out looking for an owl in the middle of the night. And this is really touching because I love the father-daughter aspect of it. Last Stop on Market Street is a picture book and it's really cute. It's about a grandma and a grandson and they're riding on the bus and the grandma's just telling the son what to, be grateful for and look around and, see what others have and don't have. And then finally, The Polar Express is just, I've read this when I was younger. I've read all these books and I've thought they're so interesting. The Polar Express is about this book about this little boy and he hears this train in the middle of the night and gets on the train and it's a trip to the North Pole. So he meets Santa. And yeah, I just thought all these books were so different, so I really wanted to incorporate them into this book critique. But thank you so much. I'm done with my fourth book critique. I hope you can use these books or resources in your future classroom and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.